Donald Trump held a sort of impromptu press conference yesterday at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida. His brain seemed to turn to mush when the topic of Jeffrey Epstein came up, but we're going to get to that in a moment. I want to start with Donald Trump simply saying, I think I have to steal a country for national security. The winner of the FIFA Peace Prize says, we need Greenland. And Trump seemingly reinvigorated in his thirst to take Greenland from Denmark. Here he is explaining that it is for national security reasons that we got to have it. We've got to have Denmark.
But he felt very strongly we need it for we need Greenland for national security. Not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down.
By the way, Marco Rubio's shifting body language in the background tells you a lot about what he thinks of this.
The coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security. We have to have it. And he wanted to lead the charge. So we're making him, Marco, today, a special envoy to Greenland.
That's right. And as we covered yesterday on the bonus show, Donald Trump picking a special envoy to Greenland who believes that Greenland should actually become part of the United States. Trump continuing on this issue. And as is often the case with Trump, he can't avoid getting into factually untrue statements as to whatever he's talking about.
Comes through Mexico.
Thank you, sir. You've named Governor Landry to be new special envoy to Greenland.
Yeah.
What do you see that role entailing? And is it still your intention that Greenland become part of the U.S.?
He viewed Louisiana, the Louisiana Purchase. He said, I'm governor of Louisiana. And he said, I didn't call him, he called me. He's very proactive. He's a great guy. He's a deal guy. He's a deal maker type guy. And we need it for national protection. We need Greenland for national protection. They have a very small population. And I don't know, they say Denmark, but Denmark has spent no money. They have no military protection. If they say that Denmark was there 300 years ago or something with a boat, well, we were there with boats too, I'm sure.
Actually, there is no record whatsoever of U.S. People from the United States visiting Greenland by boat 300 years ago. And in fact, they wouldn't even really have been Americans then because the U.S. didn't exist until 1776. So if you go back to the 18th century, Danes went to Greenland, Norwegians, other Europeans, but Americans did not go to Greenland 300 years ago. There were no Americans 300 years ago, in a sense.
So we'll come through Mexico.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, and one other thing before we move on. Trump claiming that Denmark has no military protection for Greenland. That's just completely untrue. The reality is that Denmark provides aid, Denmark provides defense, and has had continuous presence in Greenland. So it's all just made up. But Trump wants Greenland. That's the point. The Peace Prize winner of FIFA wants Greenland. Check this out. Donald Trump says we're going to hire robots and employ artificial things. I don't think he knows what he's talking about.
You can have robots, but you're going to have to get somebody to start those robots, and you're going to have to improve the robots. But we're going to have robotic factories plus
elements of robots
and power. So we're going to have enough. We're going to need the help of robots and other forms of I guess you could say employment. We're going to be employing a lot of artificial things, but the beauty is we're going to have more jobs than we've ever had.
We're going to be employing a lot of artificial things. He has no idea what artificial intelligence is. He has no idea how it works. He doesn't know what crypto is or how it works. He doesn't know anything about technology or robotics. But here's my prediction. Knowing nothing about those things is not going to prevent him from trying to personally benefit from it, nor from talking about it. He'll keep talking and talking and talking. The arithmetic confusion is back. Trump doesn't feel that reducing the price of something 600% is enough. Forget about the mathematical impossibility. Trump now is talking about reducing prices even 3,000%. He encourages the audience to do their own math. I'm trying.
But instead of talking about the battleships or instead of talking about most favored nations drugs, we're bringing down drug prices like at a level that has never even been thought of by thousands. Think of it, by 1,000%. by 1,200, 1,300, 1,400% in some cases. A drug that sells for $10 in London is costing $130 in New York. We're bringing it down to $20, and they're going to go up to 20. So they're going from 10 to 20, which is a doubling. It's a doubling. That's a lot. But
it's Dublin, Ireland.
It's a doubling. But we're going down to 20. So we're going down, if you can do your own math, but it's 2,000%, 3,000%.
Well, you know, I admit I am trying to do my own math on this, and I am really struggling. I believe that there should be an opportunity to hand Trump a calculator, maybe one of my favorite, my TI-83 back from Calc 2, and say, show me the math. Explain 3,000%. And what we've seen is that when there is really an opportunity to challenge them on this, like last week when Fox host John Roberts challenged Howard Lutnick about the numbers, it becomes very clear that it's all just totally fabricated. Makes no sense whatsoever. Trump asked what happens with the seized oil from the Venezuelan tanker. Trump's answer alludes to criminality. I believe what Trump says he is going to do is against the law.
Speaking of Venezuela, oil, what are we going to do with the oil that we have?
Going to do with what?
The oil that has been seized. The United States seized 1.9 million barrels of oil on December 10th.
We're going to keep it. We're keeping it.
Where's it going? Are we going to sell it or put it in the strategic?
Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it in the strategic reserves. We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also. Yeah.
I think that that's against the law. Put aside for a second that it might casually count as piracy. Ignore that little detail for a second. The U.S. can only lawfully seize oil under really narrow circumstances if you are enforcing sanctions, meaning that there's been a court proceeding and there is forfeited oil. You could then seize it. That is not what has taken place. You could seize oil if there has been a declared war and you have obtained it. Of course, there is no declared war against Venezuela. And if there is a judicial process for criminal forfeiture or even customs forfeiture, if they tried to sneak the oil into the U.S. illegally, customs seizes it, there's a forfeiture that's legally adjudicated, then you could say, well, we're now going to keep the oil. There is no general presidential power to just take another country's oil because the U.S. has military or naval control in the area or because you have seized a tanker. He's alluding to crimes, and he says it on live TV, and he doesn't give a damn. Thanks for watching. Check out another one of our videos and make sure to subscribe so YouTube keeps our content in your feed. And if you prefer audio, subscribe to the podcast on Spotify or Apple.